And then we also have the MACD following the volume after the volume right there. MACD means moving average convergence divergence. So it's showing you precisely how the moving averages are meeting and how they are separating, because those things are very vital when understanding how price is moving and trying to, speculate where the price is going to. The moving averages. And when we talk about the moving averages, I'll really explain how their movement, their convergence and divergence helps to tell you where the price may be going. And next to that, we have RSI. RSI means relative strength index, talking about the strength of the price. So the strength of that price over a period of time, on the average, the relative strength of the price over a period of time averaged, together. It helps to give you that perception of what direction the price is going and what direction it may go in the nearest future. So it's pretty much showing you the pattern of the price and how strong or how weak, how overbought or how oversold the price may be, depending on how much volume has gone in and how that buying pressure has affected the price, or how the selling pressure has affected the price. That's what the RSI tells you. And when we go into it, I'll explain it more and show you exactly how to use it. And then we have KDJ. I don't really use KDJ. So the first couple of them are the ones I use basically. So I'm just going to start with volume. That's the most important one now. Now volume, by the way, if you want it to show up, just tap it. And when it turns white, that means that it's there, and you're going to see it right under the candles, under the chart itself, and you see the volumes arranged. So these volume bars, you see that they are aligning with the candles. They are aligning, and they are telling you what volume. Look at the number, the indication right here to the left, volume VOL 33.97463 and so on and so forth. That's for that particular time, okay, that's the current volume of Bitcoin being traded right now within that 5-minute time frame. Yeah, we're in the 5-minute time frame, so that's the volume of Bitcoin, 42.58 and so on and so forth. So it's increasing live before your eyes. Okay, so then if you want to go to a different point, say you tap another candle here, it gives you that figure. You see, I tap that green one there, the red one next to it, it gives me the exact volume at that particular point in time on that same candle that it is aligned with. Okay, so that's the volume. All right, and it just tells you how much money is in the market right now. It's important to know how much money excuse me, is being traded, how aggressively are traders trading, because the amount of money in the market affects the price. If trade is not much, if people are not really buying, maybe it's Sunday or weekend or something, or people are afraid, then the volume is going to be down. But if the volume is large and strong and there's a lot of buying and selling going on, then the price is going to be moving with respect to that volume. Okay, that's why it's very important. It's a very important indicator. It can tell you how quickly the price can move in a given period of time. Okay, so I also like to use my RSI, relative strength index. Very important, because it tells you straight away when a coin is overbought or when it's oversold. Now, when a coin is overbought, okay, the RSI is from 70 and above. And when a coin is oversold, the RSI is from 30 and below. So we're within 100 metric system, so to speak. So where everything is summed up to 100. So below 30 is oversold. That means you can actually enter, or you can prepare, or it's telling you this is a good time to buy, but you need to check other indicators to be sure that you should actually take a position. And when it's overbought, so it's above 70, so it's telling you this is a good time to get out of your trade because the price may start coming down anytime from now. And I'll show you. If I tap this point here where that yellow, okay, first of all, I have two RSI values here. So I like to set up two RSIs. That's why you see two lines, the yellow one and the dark pinkish one, or the purple one. Okay, so we have RSI 5 and we have RSI 14. The RSI 5 moves more dramatically. That's just the best way to explain it. So it gives you more detail. It follows the price more closely than the RSI 14, which has a higher graduation or a higher figure. Okay, that is why for the RSI 5, I'm going to go with 80-20. So when the price is 20 and below, I would consider it to be oversold. And when it's 80 and above, I consider it to be overbought. Okay, so when it's 80 and above, I'm thinking of getting out of a trade or selling. And when it's 20 and below, it's telling me, guy, it could be a good time to buy. But a RSI 14 is not as dramatic, so I'm going to stick with the 30-70 with that one. And the reason I have two of them placed here together is because I want them to also give me some information. Now, let me show you something. You see where this RSI, I'm just going to tap that point where we have the RSI line at the highest point there, just that line. You see, it also aligns with volume and aligns with that candle, that long candle up there. So we see that the RSI 5 is telling me it's 87.36 at that very point. RSI 14 is telling me 66.47. So the RSI 5 is telling me that at this particular point, I think if we rewound time to that very moment, we would see that the RSI would be at that point around 87. And so it will be telling me, guy, it's time to sell, try and sell. And just as, it played out, you can see that Bitcoin pumped and got to this price around 31,747 and then started to dip. So the RSI indicated that down here that it was overbought. Remember, 80 and above. Now, let's look at this point here where it dipped. Or let's use a different example. All right, let's just use this one here. So it dipped all the way to this point. And so what did RSI tell us here? Here that the value is low. You can see the value is very low here. I tap that point and it's showing me RSI 5 is showing me 10. That's way below 20. Okay, RSI 14 is showing me 25.14, way below 30. Okay, even though it's not as dramatic. So that tells me that as soon as I saw this bar, I should get out, I should sell, because it's probably going to go lower. The price is probably going to go lower and, take the price, take my money down with it. So that's the RSI for you. There's a lot you can say about it as an oscillator, but that's just the basic. That's what it does for you. So when your RSI 5 is above 80, sell, just to be on the safe side. When it's below 20, it's telling you this is a good time to buy. However, RSI is not the only indicator you're going to use to sell or buy. You have to look at other indicators. That's why there are many here for you. Look at the volume also. Is there a lot of selling pressure? You can see here, look at this first candle. The first candle that dipped like this, there was a lot of volume. Volume was high at this point. Okay, and then for this candle that took it up again, volume started building up. You see the volume building up. So you're also considering volume, not just the RSI, before you take a decision. So to take a decision, consider multiple indicators. And I must say here that these indicators here are trailing indicators. Remember, we talked about trailing indicators and leading